C3.
Hey guys, I'll be right with you, getting ready to roll out here. Michael Jones, go to sleep. Cassandra, thank you. Betty, good morning. Not much so far. Top fan Betty, look at you sporting that top fan badge. Supersonic secret squirrel.
23 from CSI 35.
Anybody recognize this view other than it being McDonald's?
Hey, could you come back real quick? The victim has some questions. Copy.
If any of you remember the story of the two YOLO deputies that dumped a transient individual at McDonald's in Sacramento, that's it right there. And I was sitting here just like this when they pulled in. I thought they were maybe moving a prisoner from one vehicle to another for whatever reason. And I was expecting the guy to get out with shackles and that. And nope, no cuffs, no shackles. Thinking they were en route to county jail. And he got out. They opened the door of the other unit and got all of his worldly belongings out, dumped it on the ground, and the two deputies took off. Then he came by my car, and I asked him, hey, why'd they just leave you here? Why, who leave me here? Oh, I thought they were stormtroopers or something like that. What was that? Not stormtroopers. What did he say? Anyways, he didn't realize who they were, and he didn't even know what was going on. So that was right there in front of you. Welcome. I cannot say that first name. And do you have your first name and last name switched, Gina? Welcome. Alexander, welcome. Slow night so far. Just at McDonald's getting some caffeination. It's a busy night for CHP, though. They're, my goodness, 16 incidents that CHP has listed as all construction. Show you. Oh, yeah. Hi. Hit the wrong button. So this is what we get from CHP. And as you can see, assists with construction. So those are all the units they have working with Caltrans on construction. 17 incidents. The first one's a hazard on a US 50 59th. So CHP's busy. All overtime. Alexander, not sure. As slow as it's going, probably not long. And just a heads up, y'all, if things get going goofy, I'll be dumping the live cast because I'm solo tonight.
505 is going to be a black Chevy, no front plate. We are eastbound Meadowview from Detroit right now. That's Redfield.
Pursuit, Meadowview in Detroit. And they're eastbound.
Plate is going to be 8 Lincoln George Frank 546.
And I can't get up on the freeway because both these on-ramps are closed at Richards. So I'm going to start
yielding Brookfield and Meadowview.
Oh, yielding Brookfield and Meadowview. That's no fun. That's safer for everybody. So that's a good thing. Snag. What's up? Where are you keeping our city clean tonight?
1630 Wall Street, apartment B boy. No subject is walked into complainant's apartment, unknown who he is.
What?
Now is available 97 progress, 1630 P Paul Street.
Okay, so 1630 P Street.
Alpha 36 and Alpha 35 is out. Alpha 35 and 36.
Alpha 65 traffic cop.
1630 P Street.
Check and subject is mailbox adult.
Stockton is 47.
We're going to go into that. Someone just walked in someone's apartment. 1630 P Street.
Progress. Now subject is outside now, talking to complainant's roommate, apologizing for being high on night tonight.
The subject is high on drugs and walked into somebody's house. And he's lucky it's not like Texas. He's lucky he's not in Texas or what, Colorado? Make my day laws. So hang right here real quick. This is where, and I'm only showing this because this is public street. So this is where all the SWAT and bomb squad vehicles are kept. So the far left one, I know someone here can tell me what the far left one is, but hang on.
97 weapons at Norwood Avenue and I-80 westbound. Originally came in as a 97 report. Complainant advised
Okay.
someone was threatening to kill him, and the threat was credible. Complainant is armed with a hatchet.
Someone threatened killing somebody on Norwood. So anyway, the left armored vehicle is the Peacekeeper. That's the original armored vehicle for Sacramento, and it's used once in a while. And then the Bearcat is the other one. The next one is a SWAT, kind of like their war wagon, and then the DUI trailer, and then the bomb squad unit, and that's where Wally is, the robot. And then the canine demo unit, that's just a showpiece that was kind of donated to him.
As far as you know.
And we'll quit clogging up the road. There's your tour.
Complainant is mailbox wearing a black hooded sweatshirt.
Yeah, both. Alexander. Yeah, secret underground location. There you go. that's the Black Ops site. That's a super secret black ops site that nobody knows about. Shh. Oh, this corner right here at Bannon and Bannon. Right there on that corner. A transient lady was asleep on the corner there in the afternoon or morning, and a semi truck came around this corner and cut the corner short, and her legs were out in the street and ran over her legs and just completely mangled her legs. That was a really bad situation. The mess of that, he didn't even know it. The driver didn't even realize it, and they were able to catch up with him down the road. I'll catch up with some of your comments in a little bit. We're going to get over kind of the rail yards area and stage over there. It's a nice crisp night here in Sacramento. Haven't checked the temperature yet. It's supposed to be getting windy with more fire weather starting tomorrow or today. I think maybe that forecast has changed. It doesn't feel like that. Nikki Wallace, howdy. And Candace, help her. Who are we helping? Alright, our usual spot. Oh, hi Nikki, welcome from the East Coast. Whereabouts in the East Coast? And there goes our medics. Yeah, Gina, that was she was in a lot of pain, and wish we could follow up on some of these stories like that and find out how they're doing today, but due to HIPAA laws, we can't get in contact with folks anymore. So.
Walk towards Northgate, towards the road.
Northgate or Norwood? Central 3 to R1 for the check.
Gotcha, Snag. So again, if I'm solo tonight, so things get going a little crazy, I'll have to
currently on the levee.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. We lost the broadcast there for a minute. The mount came unmounted, and we lost the broadcast. But we're back. Hopefully you all get reconnected. A few of you have.
South 28, tell him we'll be standing by at the AMPM on Norwood. And we'll wait for him to get here.
Yeah, we're getting a few of you back. Apologize for the break there on the transmission. Ooh, this view. I love this view. Kind of reminds me of Gotham City, you know? See the bat signal over there? Oh no. We don't have any money to run the bat signal. Yeah, Snag, that's where I figured you were at.
Is refusing to go back to Norwood, as that's where you believe the suspect is.
Alright, 28, where would you like to meet then?
Alright, I lost my coffee driving over here. Snag, what'd you do with my coffee? Oh, there it is. Alright. Whew, thought we were going to have a national emergency there for a second. The Broadway.
Oh, B91 check.
Oh, B91.
Problem transients. Not sure, Greg. The problem transients. That's a good question.
Battalion 4, Engine 13, Medic 13, Seizure 5953 Riverside Boulevard, number 128, Riverfront Apartment, Seizure 5953 Riverside.
Trying to get up to the roadway from the levee.
Number 128, Seizure 5953 Riverside Boulevard, Unit 128, Battalion 4.
Angel, what's up?
Seizure late level 4 Operation C3.
You know, we're just hanging out overlooking Gotham City. Waiting for the bat signal to go off. Alexander, welcome back.
District 3 units, 170 copy. Code 128945 at Richards Boulevard and Burkett Drive. Fire requesting response for uncooperative 34-year-old psych patient. Units available for 945 Richards and Burkett.
Uncooperative psych patient. We were just over there at Richards and Burkett. Fire is requesting assistance with an uncooperative psych patient. Right back where we were at. That's where the medic was going, I guess. Alexander, I'm glad you're relaxed. You know what though? Seriously, you know, this was my background that in as a medic firefighter, and I'm one of those individuals. Whoop, we got a beeper somewhere. Citrus Heights. Can't cover that tonight. And oh, we're gonna go this way. I am super duper comfortable on ground zero, and when I'm, I don't know, stressed isn't the right word, but when I need to chill out, this is my chill zone. I'm a faith guy, so ultimately my chill zone is spending some time with the Lord, and just getting in my Bible and chilling out with Him. But this is my second chill, and I get to spend a lot of time doing that while I'm out and about here too.
Fires requesting clear response for an uncooperative 34-year-old psych patient. So this is, you know, an unraised blackjack.
Got to be super careful through here. We got a lot of transients that in the roadway sometimes. We're heading right into where Discovery Park entrance is. Right there. Jaboom. You know, like some words are kind of fun to say. Jaboom's one of those. Jaboom boom. We're going to an uncooperative psychiatric patient. Fire is requesting
375-908,
law enforcement assistance. See what I mean? Individuals walking in the roadway.
279 and 1 Alpha 88. You can code 4 Alpha 36 and Alpha 32 are going to be arrested.
Copy, thank you.
Didn't say if they're a McDonald's or... Okay, not a McDonald's. Oh, there they are. I don't like to drive up on them, so we are going to come over here, right where we were sitting earlier. And we don't like to aggravate situations, so.
Alpha 28, 1 Alpha 27, complainant advising he's now at 4,000 Powell Circle. He's no longer on the 1 side.
So it's an uncooperative psych patient call, and they're waiting for police department.
3066. 111 AN. I have a slow speed alarm going up.
That's classified information there, Alexander.
111A, slow speed alarm.
No, we're streaming tonight on a Galaxy Note 10 Plus. And we actually got some shrubbery right in front of the camera here. I'll bump over just a couple of inches.
Yeah, I'll go and take care of that. Thanks.
There you go. Cleaner shot. So now y'all were live with me when you heard the call go out for PD to assist with this situation, and the police station is literally 1 block to our right. and there's officers don't hang out at the police station, and they have limited availability at night, so it takes a little while for them to get here, even to assist the fire department. Hey Jose, we are in a 2010 Ford Crown Victoria Police Interceptor. Well, did I say 10 plus? Note, this is the Note 10 plus. This is the Note 10 plus. So, and that's a good question, because I've only used the Note 10 plus. And I love it. I had the Note 9 before this, and before that I've had all Galaxies. But I'm loving the cameras on this phone.
And then like going down Weddell Court.
And the other functionalities. Okay, who made off with my coffee again? Oh, there it is. Set it down for a minute and you all take off with my coffee.
Sure, I'm back. He was moving good. He could have gotten over that way. Only probably about 6 or 7 second jump.
So this is, oh, Citrus Heights has a beeper going. Anyway, this is a very typical daily, several times a day daily issue. So we have someone who's may not be taking their psych meds, having some type of psychiatric crisis, and right now they're being uncooperative with the fire department, and so now they have to call the police department to assist them. So what, we're 1-something in the morning, 1:36 in the morning, and we have an engine and a medic rig out with 6 crew members, and multiply that a few times during the night and many times throughout the day, along with other situations, and consider the cost of that, not to mention the tied up resources. Not that these situations aren't important, that's not where I'm going at all. It's just the impact that the transient situations are having on the city. And we were with some business owners earlier today, and got a first-hand view at some impact with some business owners. Here comes our SAC PD officers. Oh, lost the mount again. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm going to zoom out so y'all have a better view while I'm getting this remounted. This mount is not going to do well tonight. If we keep losing it, I may have to break the transmission down and clean the window and come back to you if we keep losing it. So the way this goes, the officers will evaluate if the individual is a threat to himself or others. And there goes the mount shifting again. If he is, then they'll, hopefully the ideal situation is he just complies and gets in the back of the ambulance. The bad situation is they have to go hands-on and he fights them or whatever, and they have to put him in max restraints, put one of those mesh hoods over his head if he's spitting on everybody, which happens often. And it's funny how people get all upset when they put it's just a mesh hood, and it's really nothing. It's just like a little fiber hood, and if they're spitting on people, and that happens semi-frequently, folks see that and just get really upset about it. Well, that's how you control the spitting situation, especially if they have certain diseases and things like that. Well, no one wants to be spit on, first of all. And if they have diseases or anything like that, AIDS, whatever it may be, you know, things that can be transmitted, you gotta protect yourself against that. And that's an easy way to control the situation.
Alpha 13 traffic stop.
Alpha 13 ahead.
Truck's on 80 on 8 King Tom Adam 404. No reback.
John 0 Tom 939 back clear, expired 9/12/19 and a 2004 Mercedes.
312 park check.
Sacramento.
312 park check.
District 3 units, 110-3 to copy, code 128952 at Democracy Alley and 18th Street and 3B Boy. In the alley between 17th and 18th, someone yelling, "Oh no," and "help." Sounds of someone in distress, the high-pitched voice. The 952, no units available, Democracy Alley and 18th Street and 3B Boy.
So, someone in distress at between D and E, in the alleyway and 18th.
If we have to cross for that one, let's do it.
No units available because we have these two units right here. I think we have about 4 units on average at night. And so here we have these 2 units tied up on this situation, and we have someone in distress, and these units are committed on this call. So they're cross-sectoring, so they're pulling officers from another district to come to that person's aid in the alley off of 18th between D and E.
71. Congestion, 8624 Brody Court. Congestion, 8624 Brody Court. Battalion Anderson 71.
So we'll go ahead and go over to D and 18th and check in on that situation, because this is just gonna, they're gonna evaluate the person, and they're either gonna have to force the person to go. Oh, they're actually searching him right now, so it looks like he's being cooperative. So he's not fighting with him. That's a good thing. Good. Now be a good boy and get back in the ambulance. All right. So again, we'll head over toward Democracy Alley, D Alley. Oh, Greg, I did hear about that. I haven't heard any updates on that situation. And it looks like actually the guy is going to go with the police officers, probably to Sutter General or something like that. Now, one of the things I've heard from testimonies from emergency department administrators, one of the situations, hang on a second.
Truck 10, Medic 10, head pain, 5208.
This guy will probably go over to Sutter Hospital. If the mount comes unmounted again, I'll end the broadcast and I'll start back up when I can get the mount mounted correctly. But if we're driving and it pops off, I'm not going to try to save it. We'll just stop the broadcast there. Anyway, so again, so officers will, typical scenario, take this individual to Sutter General Hospital, where he'll have to be evaluated, and he'll be in the emergency room, in the emergency department, tying up an emergency bed for many hours, waiting for room in the psych department or a psych facility that can take him. What is this person doing? Pulling in the back of a strip club that is no longer open. And the gate, anyway, and so then that ER bed, typical scenario, will be taken up for up to 3 days. So and then if they have 3 or 4 or 5 with that same situation going on, you've got several emergency department beds taken up, and there's nothing they can do about it. So just another way all this is taxing on the system, and the trickle-down effect on that. So we're on our way to a person in distress call that came out while we were on this, and there were no police units available because these officers were tied up on this call that we just came from. One of the main thoroughfares ingressing into downtown from like the Arden Arcade area off of Highway 160. So this drops you kind of like right into the middle of downtown Sacramento. Oh, I forgot this street does this. They have little diversion things throughout Midtown to prevent, they used to have, like, a lot of pursuits could drop into Midtown, and this has kind of helped with that situation, and speed control throughout the neighborhoods, so none of the streets turn into major thoroughfares. Yeah, we're gonna have to drop the broadcast here in a little bit after we get off of this one, so I can fix this mount. Yeah, Sky solo tonight, and so I was kind of giving everybody a heads up if things go wacky, and I gotta really get to work. I'll have to drop the broadcast and get to work because I'll need my phone. My dispatcher went to bed, and none of the other crew is available tonight. So quite literally, you guys and myself are the only news team covering the entire city and county of Sacramento right now. We be it. And supposedly there's supposed to be someone yelling right here. Directly to your left and right is the alley, and I hear nothing. And I really don't like to be directly in an area where something's going on before officers arrive. So that's a domestic. So again, situations like this, we usually stage like a block out and wait for officers to arrive. I actually should come in from the other direction because we don't like our car seen, since it is a former law enforcement vehicle. And it looks like a cop car, although it's completely marked out as news. It gets confused for a law enforcement vehicle just because the Crown Victoria has that stigma. And there's our officer checking the alley.
658 6341.
I think so. Someone else said the same thing. This is relaxing. Yeah. We already had that conversation. You missed it, Sky. Okay, so while we're waiting to hear over the radio from the officers, it just jumped in there. Ask you all to indulge me for a moment, and I'm going to take this off the mount and throw you down here by the scanner and try to fix this mount real quick.
Okay, that's good. It's 3, please.
Copy. We're on the taking part.
Negative on us having any contact or history with her. Back.
Can I report you back before we got number code?
The public contact.
Hey, see? It's a unit in radio, see? Oh, we'll give that a shot for a little bit. It might be a temporary. There we go. All right. It looks like it's not slipping anymore, so that's good. We'll pop up here, and since we got a couple officers on scene, we'll go ahead and pop up. And Sheriff's Department has something on Wallarga up north. Oh, we got a pod hit too.
Northbound Northgate, San Juan. Want to go 8 Edward Adam X-ray 318.
Oh, we're gonna start heading toward that Northgate at San Juan.
27. We're fighting one. We're on the levee. Just by the highway off Norwood.
Okay, and we got officers fighting with somebody.
Start for Alpha 27 on the levee.
Off of Norwood.
4,000 pounds.
Send in cover.
Wow,
Alpha 25, code 3.
it got real interesting real quick.
And Alpha 24 and Alpha 12 start on Alpha 17 and clear as well.
Got officers coming by us right here. We're gonna hang out. Oh, actually coming behind us. We're gonna get out of the way. They're still fighting on the levee. Oh, got more officers. So we have to stop for the red lights. So we still have officers up on the levee off of Norwood fighting with one. Boy, we're gonna hit all the red lights. So we got three things going on. We have the Sheriff's Department have a beeper on.
We need cover. We need us now.
They're still requesting code 3 cover. It said on Norwood off of the levee, so I'm gonna guess it's off of Silver Eagle. And it's in the direction of the pod hit as well. pot hit is a vehicle that's hit the license plate readers in the area, and probably a stolen vehicle, unrelated to what we're going to, but kind of in the same direction. Yeah, being very cautious through this area. A lot of transients through this area in the roadway a lot of times.
Riverside Boulevard, number 7, tying for engine 13, medic 12, fire map 208, Alpha 3, operations P3.
That's great. You on the freeway going westbound?
Go. Freeway westbound. 4592.
Okay, it sounds like it's Norwood in the freeway.
They have a STD unit fighting 4000 House Street. They are requesting somebody to set up on scene and that possibly had a hatchet.
Subject possibly had a hatchet. For Sheriff's Department that's broadcasting it as well.
Sam 1, we've advised outside agencies we're trying to get somebody on the freeway.
28, westbound 80, just past Norwood. We're gonna have to jump out of there.
This officer's in foot pursuit now after fighting with the subject.
Units right there on the highway, just stop on the highway across the wall, to your right. I'm right there, we see your lights on the highway. Copy. Just on my Norwood. Not that federal wall, to the left. We're down the shot ground.
Copy. Units need to jump the guardrail from the levee on the freeway.
Sheriff is sending a K9 unit and some other deputies.
CHP has all units in route 3.
CHP has units in route code 3.
There you go.
And every intersection we hit, we're being very careful because there could be officers flying. They're fighting. They're fighting again with him, requesting fire.
We gotta get you on the freeway with the siren going, we'll tell you when to stop. What's wrong with you? Gang 78, we're on the freeway. Are you on the north side or south side? We're on the north side, inside the waterway. North side of the freeway, 100 yards west of Norwood.
100 yards west of Norwood in the waterway off of the freeway. And poor officer is out of breath.
Fire stage. But we have still taser deployment, so do I start now? Fire, on stage.
Taser deployment. It sounds like the officer got bit by the K9.
Straight ahead. Just keep coming down. We're about 200 yards.
27, you cut off 200 yards.
Michael text me.
Get on the freeway and stop right there. Get out of your car, look over the sound wall.
47, are you on Sunday channel?
So I'm gonna hang right here for a minute while I stay out of the officer's way.
Just keep coming down, 200 more yards.
Look over toward them and go over the guardrail. You're in the area.
Copy, there's multiple SPD units here, shit.
Copy, thank you.
So I'm gonna be out of the vehicle.
$27 needs to take now in cuffs. Keep people coming.
Copy, subject detained, still need units.
From the freeway side, there's
westbound 80. At the North State exit. From the south side of the sound wall. Then go westbound.
Can you recover? Can you repeat? 31, go ahead.
28 on the north side of the freeway. 30 yards west of Norwood. Inside the waterway.
Okay, so this freeway probably isn't the best access for us. That's one of the problems. Sometimes trying to find good access for us, to access for news. And again, we don't want to be in their way at all. And
We're having trouble finding you. Where are you at, bud? Alpha 13. Take Stevie westbound. At the North State exit side. Park and go westbound. Eastbound. 27, we got units with us.
so they're trying to find him. Got a bunch of officers right up here along the sound wall.
46, that's my place.
28, code for the people.
28, copy, papers off, and fire was advised to the stage for both the dog bite and the CG deployments.
Have them meet us in Norwood.
Copy, I-80 in Norwood?
Yeah.
Check. Go ahead.
Battalion 3, Engine 17, dog bite, SPD requesting stage, I-80 and Norwood Avenue, on the westbound of I-80, westbound I-80 side of Norwood, dog bite.
So it sounds like they're gonna have fire meet at Interstate 80 in Norwood. So we're gonna go ahead and
27, just confirming that a code 4 to outside agencies and reviews.
flip back around and hit Norwood.
Everybody else, our guys detained. Make sure 5 days calling at this point.
Copy. Additional units can reduce.
Right now, I have seen people the freeway at Norwood, so we figure out what we got here at the scene.
Oh, I should have stayed back there because they're gonna shut down the freeway.
I'm doing that right now.
So as a tactical photojournalist or action photographer, we want to be in right with the action, but at the same time we don't want to be in the way of officers. So it's kind of a delicate line. We have a really good rapport with our local law enforcement. So we want to keep it that way.
King 78, when are we looking at?
King 78, affirmative. Advising heavy assistance.
No, can you respond to the thing? We just need to go over the temple. So go back to Norwood. The canal that we were on the west side of Norwood, have people start walking down here.
So because we pulled out of there, we may not get access back in.
Battalion 3, Medic 17, Resertion 17. Talk by City on scene, could enter I-80 and Norwood Avenue. Talk by Norwood Avenue and I-80. Battalion 3, Medic 17, Resertion 17. Sorry, map 110 Delta 2, operations.
So again, this was a subject with a machete. Officers were fighting with him for some time, and the officer called for a code 3 cover several times as units, and that's part of the problem. This time of night there's limited units, as if you were with us earlier, you were already experiencing with us multiple calls. You heard multiple calls over the last half hour, 45 minutes, and heard dispatchers state no units available. And so then this happens, and an officer needing assistance from other officers and backup quickly, and resources spread thin, so it took a while for resources to get to him. K9 was deployed, and K9 got the officer, it sounded like in the calf. Yeah, so CHP is blocking the on-ramp there, so we won't be able to get on right now. And here comes fire.
The request to move 1 unit to the eastbound side to block traffic at Norwood.
Engine 17. Ah. Oh, that was a close one.
What they gave us was eastbound side to block traffic at Norwood. We're trying to get traffic in.
Aha. Looks like we get on.
Freeway shut down. We're going to have to shut it down at Marysville Raleigh for the westbound traffic and North Gate at the eastbound side.
And we're back on scene.
Control 1.
They're clear.
Good.
He's asking if we need all of the lanes on eastbound 80 south or just up to the fast lane.
Grant 2, I just need the fast lane closed, and then give the egress for fire until we figure out our scene here. They don't need to close the whole thing. Actually, just the number 3 closest to the north side of the shoulder. They can shut that down where all our units are at.
Number 3 lane close.
Okay, so
Hey, Sarge from 32, I have westbound blocked off. You want me to open up lanes 1, 2, and 3 and keep 4 closed?
oh, pop the mount off again.
Hey, probably keeping 1 open, just 1 lane going in the middle. But I need 3 and 4 closed towards the north shoulder.
So I'm going to leave you all here to listen to the radio, and and I'm gonna go figure this out.
Be advised they're going to shut down I-80 eastbound at Norwood, number 35. 45 at 2632 in progress. Order 9 miles.
Order 90 will be restored 27.
And I'll be back with y'all as soon as I can.
Left Northwood. I need you to call him back. Have a unit 940 him, a little rough in Norwood. And we need to get a witness statement from him.
Saying they have units in the number 1 lane, and then Cellfire gets out there and they get their unit taken care of and they in custody. So eastbound 80 and Norwood number 1, where they are, and they want that area shut down.
Hey, do you guys mind handling that? They have the whole thing shut down behind us. They just need this slow lane on this side, right?
With 28 control.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try and confirm.
Asking where exactly they are needed. We had advised them I-80 westbound and Norwood.
28, they're needed at Norwood and 80. There's 2 officers walking the suspect out right now. They're about 50 yards from Norwood and 80, so have them stage.
Copy.
Can I text them directing them?
Okay.
And you have copy?
Yeah, I got on at Norwood and we are going eastbound and we are UTL and East PDI and they got to be westbound.
Got on Norwood eastbound, your UTL should be westbound. And we were trying to explain to them the difference between the one in the fast lane and the slow lane.
It looks like they're bringing in a break and I think they're trying to be in the slow lane.
You believe they're going to be in the slow lane?
Sorry, 46, this one. Traffic is flowing on the westbound side. Should only need the slow lane. That's 10 advised.
Traffic flowing on the westbound side should only need the slow lane. 16. In the 10611 25 Western East on 80 West Riverside.
So 300 Robert 1, perimeter check.
16, control 1.
300 Robert 1, perimeter check.
Confirming you're at jail.
Dimension 12, and a medical light starting SPD 3050 Freeport Boulevard, and a medical light 3050 Freeport Boulevard, tying 2, Dimension 12, prime map 189 Delta 3, operations B3.
Oh, 36, engine 17, medic 17. Check. Unit on Alpha 28 call.
Alpha 27, can you advise, do you need medics down at your position as well? Alpha 27, I got a minor dog bite, broke skin, but I don't need immediate attention. It can wait. Alpha 27, if you can be en route to the medics, still want to check you out. Alright, I'll come.
Unit on Alpha 28 call that can meet the original complainant at Grand and Norwood.
Alpha 23, we're en route now. We can.
Supposed to be on the west side of the street, standing by.
Copy that.
Sky 11, are you monitoring channel 1? Sky 11. Are you available to head out to Alpha 28's call?
Firm, show me route.
Check.
One Sam 2 from Lincoln 14. Sam 2, go. Are you down at the scene and do you need more resources down there? I'm at the scene. I think we're good for right now. I'm still putting it together. Copy. I'm 4610 1185.
4610 1185.
One Sam 2, we don't need to hold the freeway, so any units doing traffic control can coach in.
I can share a copy. Will advise HD.
Stop.
12, go ahead.
It's going to be in front of 6613 Snowman Drive on 8 Henry William Henry 395. That's one job. Honda was one place.
That's one different. You'll be running some pedestrians before you can hit this.
40, we're almost there. We'll take it.
40 copy, you're almost 5 7. $1 test.
Up for me.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Oh. See where is the best area that I can.
All right. So, give me a minute to get my gear put away here.
Norwood, north side of the freeway, into the water canal, and just walk westbound 150 yards.
So, for those of you who have possibly left or just joined us, this was a officer found out the whole thing started. The officer asked for the subject's ID, and the guy went ballistic, and he had a weapon. I think it was like a machete or something, and wound up fighting the officer. The officer was fighting for a good amount of time, and you could hear him yelling over the radio, and they were trying to get units to him, and then the guy ran down the freeway and over a sound wall into a canal, and just got some really good shots of him. And the officer got bit by the canine, a small bite on the leg. He didn't want to be seen by the medics. That was probably because myself and Channel 3. Here's the funny thing. You all have been with me on this whole thing, and 13 just showed up a little bit ago, and I came walking from down here from the freeway over to where they brought them out, and he goes, "Oh, you just got here. I actually beat you to a call." I said, "No, buddy, not even close. Been on this for a while, since it started. You're the one late to the party, as always. Good try. You're not gonna beat Public Safety News." So, anyway. Yeah, exactly. So, love it. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
Alpha 25, can you go to channel 2? 1 Alpha 25 to channel 2.
Alpha 25, channel 2.
Going to 2.
Negative, if you're headed to Kaiser North with the medic and this guy, do you want us to give them a heads up for the deputies in the ER, what you're showing up with?
Yeah, probably. He's still a little in and out of the 5149, so.
Okay.
We'll do so. Where are you at right now so I can give them a tentative ETA?
So the guy's kind of psychotic.
From Norwood, so probably about 10 minutes.
Cool, thank you.
Going back to 1.
Alrighty. So if you're with us, everything was nice and mellow and quiet. We were chit-chatting, trying to find things to talk about, blah, blah, blah. The weather's great. Then all of a sudden, Sheriff's Department had a beeper. Something's going on with the Sheriff's Department up north. Pod hit came out for a stolen vehicle off of Northgate and San Juan. And then all of a sudden, we hear, "Fighting with 1! Code 3 backup! Code 3 cover!" And officer needing assistance. And again, this time of night, there aren't the massive resources that there are during the daytime, so it took a little while to get assistance to him.
February. 20th of February.
Ha! Thanks, Greg.
Welcome.
Need to put start putting kills on the side of the car, right? Shot that one down. So now we know mainstream's on. So it's us and Channel 13 now, and they're typically 15 to 30 minutes behind us on everything. So we'll see if that's the case the rest of the morning. Let's see what time is it. Actually going to be shutting down soon. So we got about a half hour left on our shift. We usually shut down between 2:30 and 3. But hey, all y'all, thanks for hanging in there all that time while I was out of NC3 and working the scene. I couldn't bring you all out and put you on the gimbal. When I'm solo, I got to do all the work, so I'm the primary shooter. And if I had some of the team with me, would have been able to bring you guys out and put the live on the gimbal and keep you with us, but that wasn't possible tonight. But I will have shots up, probably not too long, after we shut down our live. And so again, I mean, our whole night has been, if you've caught the theme, our whole night has been around mental health. Every single call we have been on tonight has been a mental health call and transient related. Every single one. And so I hope you're catching a theme, especially if you're in Sacramento. What a large part of the problem is, and where a lot of your law enforcement and fire and medic resources are being utilized, and that's your tax dollars that are going that way. And I don't like to get into politics, but this impacts. So remember the Measure U funding, and that's part of what we do at Public Safety News, is educating. You voted for Measure U because you thought it was couched as Measure U was going to help provide funding for additional law enforcement and first responder resources. And by certain politicians locally, those funds have been misappropriated, diverted, legally diverted. So I guess misappropriated isn't the right term, but we'll say legally loopholed, misappropriated, but not being used the way any of the constituents intended for those funds to be used. So we're lacking police resources. Our fire resources are, my understanding is from the Fire Department Association, thing about 30 years behind in staffing updates.
Battalion 1072, Medic 57, O'Mail 101.
And where our population is expanding, both in, man, the words that are coming aren't politically correct. So, excuse me, I'm going to use some incorrect terminology, but it's the only thing I can think of at the moment. So, understand that. So, both in legitimate and illegitimate population growth. And by illegitimate, I mean we have a influx of transient population coming from all over the United States to Sacramento, because the word is out that go to Sacramento, they will help you, and we can't help them. So, and then we have the urban infill projects with all the condos and lofts and apartments and high-rises that are being erected right now, along with the arena that's bringing a lot more, we're in a little bit of a population boom. And with more population, you need more police and fire resources, and those aren't being brought up to speed at the same rate per capita. So our resources are being overbooked, overused significantly. So that's just the facts, ma'am. Speaking of which, if you all want an absolute hoot, and some of you, man, dating myself here, Johnny Carson, do a YouTube search for Johnny Carson and Copper Clapper Caper. Johnny Carson and the Copper Clapper Caper, with Claire Clifford. And the clean copper clappers that were caught. You will be in stitches listening to that routine by Johnny Carson, and with a dragnet theme. It's great. You'll absolutely love it. When I need a good laugh, I watch that one. Where that came from out of all that, I don't know.
Outside, let your smell crying, yelling, help. Does anything, does it want to get any further outside? 25 to 1616 SM Street.
16th and S. 1616 S Street. Subject crying for help.
27 busy for 2A, what do you need? Alpha 13 from Alpha 27. Go ahead.
Michael Guala Ford, howdy.
Hey, I was in
You just missed all the fun. You'll have to go back and watch the last like 45 minutes.
Yeah, hey, firm. She's on the Norwood and 80.
Steven Garcia, welcome. Carmen, howdy. Kevin, you're back.
Thank you.
Whoa, what do we got here? What did I miss? Okay, you guys, the radios were on. I thought I had my radio on and listening. We got a bunch of coppers here. What did I miss?
Hey, Sarge, can you go to channel 2 real quick? Channel 2. Hey, Sarge, it's Dahl. Hey, we basically just got here and contacted the complainant over here on Grand in Norwood. Don't really know what's happening over on that side, but we're getting a statement from him. Just want to know what you want us to do with him, or if you want us to bring him over there.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one. What'd you do over here?
I was gonna get a Coke with the shit they're doing.
No, what'd you bring all the cops over for?
I'm on Norwood, right at the entrance to the H freeway, and I'll be standing by for you, and I'll take you down.
Yeah, interesting. All right.
Hey, Dahl, you still there?
You too.
Copy. I'm just marking out a 6 right now.
3195.
Yeah, full statement. To the prior call, prior to the call, 422 is what they responded here for. CMT from Lincoln 14. Upon arrival, they made contact with our suspect and used some force with the complaint there, witnessing the whole thing. So, pretty detailed statement from his place.
Lincoln 14, 10-2 is on channel 2.
Yep, that's what we're getting, and he did confirm he saw it. So we're getting all that information. It sounds like, per his statement, that it could be a 245. He was coming at him with a hatchet, and he had to run around. The guy was saying he's going to cut his head off, and it wasn't until he picked up a shovel that the suspect stopped. So I'm not sure if that's what you guys have on your side, but it sounds like it's probably going to be more of a 245 or 664 245. Okay, that plays. Yeah, just make sure good statement from him, and if he has a full ID of the suspect as well. Copy that. And then get him to look at picture web KPF, so I'll make sure we get a positive once he IDs him, please. Copy, and is it attached to the call? You know, I don't know, but you'd have to check. I can find out, though. I'll take a look.
All right, so there's Paul Harvey and the rest of the story.
Hey, it's Lincoln 14.
I'm going to send you down CSI. McDonald's going to escort her down. We get photos, and then I'll let you use a judgment call on whether or not we need to kind of preserve the scene, and then we can come back, get a second look at it during the daylight hours.
Lincoln 14, Sam 2.
14 is on channel 2.
Lincoln 14, Sam 2, I came back. Are you still here? Sam 2 on 2.
Hey, Sergeant. Down with Mr. McDonald, the second half of Gang 70. We'll take photos now, and then
I'll let you make a judgment on whether or not we need to take photos in the light of day.
Public safety.
Yeah, we'll need both night and daylight, for sure, daylight. So if we can arrange day shift to respond back out here, we'll just have to hold it for day shift. I got officers canvassing now for the use force part of it. Okay. CSI is going to be walking around in about a minute or two. Okay, copy that. Thank you. Hey, Joey, still there? Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to hold off on day shift for animal control as well. Good call. So yeah, we'll get some photos of it, time of day.
Hey Vic, just a second, and we'll catch you up to speed.
Okay, gonna go back to one.
So Vic, hey, you'll want to kind of like mark the time in the feed right now and go back about 45 minutes. And we were just kind of chit-chatting, and all of a sudden everything went crazy on the radio, and an officer was in a fight with a subject up on Interstate 80 in Norwood area. We just found out that originated off of Grand Avenue, and the subject had a hatchet and was threatening somebody and chasing them and threatening to cut their head off. And so that's attempt 245, so attempt assault with a deadly weapon.
Battalion 3, Engine 103.
And
Crime assault, 3555 Auburn Boulevard at the receiving home.
And officer got there and got in a fight with the guy and was calling for code 3 backup as he was fighting. Took a while for officers to get to him, and wound up using tased him, and the officer got bit by the canine. So we were up on the freeway with all the police cars flying all over the place, and now we came down on J Street and just stumbled on this, so we don't even know what we got.
31, can we start fire to us, code 2, for a white male, age 61, 77, trouble breathing?
I'm gonna guess it's someone in the construction zone at the convention center.
33 plate 5 yellow Henry Robert 719 comes back clear current in a 2007 Mercedes out of Madera.
So we're not gonna hang out for this. I'm not hearing any serious radio traffic about it, so go ahead and clear off of this and get mobile again. Yeah, so it was super duper quiet like this, and all of a sudden everything went bonkers. And now we're super duper quiet again. And what was it? I think it was Greg was saying, "Oh, this is relaxing." He was chilling with us before I crashed out, and then it went wacko.
Fires are out for 14-year-old male who went AWOL, came back and appears to be assaulted but won't confirm. 945 at 3555 Auburn Boulevard to the Adam.
Oh, and while I'm thinking of it,
unrelated.
Completely forgot to drop our links in here tonight. Shame on me. We have been our subscriptions have been picking up on our YouTube page. So once again, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page yet, please do. We really need to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're a little over 700 right now. We have over 2,900 followers on our Facebook page, over 26,000 likes. So, you know, if just a handful of our viewers would get over there and hit subscribe for us, it's just hitting a button, it would help us out a whole lot. And then if you'd like to help us out and support both the live stream and what we're doing, there's our page to help us out there and partner with us and underwrite. We have a lot of expenses, obviously. Running this news cruiser is pretty expensive. We do what we can to stage and conserve fuel, but obviously also there's insurance and maintenance, and we're still working on getting it paid off. So I left Amazon about 2 months ago now because we got our nonprofit status, and we really thought we could get a quarter of our viewers to donate $1 a month, which would put us in a really good position to start just catapulting forward. And that didn't happen. We were lucky to get about 60. And we're probably about between 70 and 80 now. We're still just getting the details of the state. You know, kind of expecting a quarter of 26,000 to 28,000 viewers to donate 99 cents a month, and then we only get 60. That was quite a shock to us and not what we were expecting. So fiscally, we are not doing extremely well. We're definitely in the red and out of pocket on everything. So anything folks can do to help us out, and some sponsorships. We are looking for sponsors. That our new website has sponsorship sites or locations that our very talented web designer is currently working on.
Can you go to 2 real quick?
And we also are looking for underwriters or sponsors who want to sponsor News Cruiser 3. And if you're a business owner, we'll put your logo on the rear quarter panel of News Cruiser 3 as a sponsor for a period of time. So, Greg, peanut M&Ms. No, it's almost donut 30. What do you mean peanut M&Ms? Yes, I love peanut M&Ms, but it's almost donut 30. Again, we really appreciate you all. We're going to start winding down here. And thanks again for joining us tonight. And again, please go over to our YouTube page if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page yet. You can also become a supporter here on Facebook for 99 cents and get your supporter badge. And we love seeing those supporter badges. By the way, let's hang on a second. Let's be safe and pull over. Let me scroll through here and see if anyone on right now is one of our supporters. And I'm not seeing any supporter badges on here right now. Not even any top fan badges. Wow, y'all need to get busy. Click on our Facebook page. Snag Harbor is a supporter, and thank you, Snag. He supports us in some other ways. So yeah, if you would consider becoming at least a Facebook supporter at 99 cents and help us underwrite this here and our live stream. So we'd like to see some badges on there. So is what happens if you're a top fan, which means you visit our page often and you like and share things, you get a top fan badge that goes right above your name whenever you post. And if you become a supporter and you're a top fan, it'll show that you're a supporter. You'll have a supporter badge and it'll say supporter +1. And so we'd like to see more of those badges. So that would be cool. Man, Art, you missed it. The cop fight is over. The bad guy lost. He got tased. And we got some lovely photos of him and video that we'll post up later. Bad news is the officer got, McGruff took a bite out of the officer. Actually, they said it was a minor bite. Officer got bit in the leg by K9. So we're going to go ahead and shut down. Again, we thank you all for joining us. And I'll leave you with my favorite quote. Can you all say it with me? We're all in this boat. We're all in our boats on this ocean of life. And the same winds blowing us all as we're on the way to our destinations. The social winds, the economic winds, the winds of disaster. The difference in our destination is not the blowing of the wind, but the set of our sail. So what is the set of your sail? I hope your sail is set on something good and stay on your course, and a good course. And right now our course is set and we have our mission ahead of us, and we are resolute in our mission with Public Safety News. So we look forward to continue to partner with y'all and having you join us. And this is Maverick solo tonight, and look forward to being back with you. Hopefully we'll be live again tomorrow night. Maverick, Public Safety News, downtown Sacramento, capital city of California.